von Stuttgart, planmäßige Ankunft 14:53 Uhr, fährt heute auf Gleis 6 ein. Ich wiederhole, der Eilzug von Stuttgart, planmäßige Ankunft 14:53 Uhr, fährt heute auf Gleis 6 ein.
Once upon a time, the master Danish storyteller Hans Christian Andersen wrote that to travel is to live. And the famed novelist Somerset Maugham stated that the good traveler has the gift of surprise. They couldn't have been more accurate. For no matter how often you travel, every journey is unique, an opportunity that unwraps an array of adventures. As children, our first impressions of travel were often born early, embodied in images of toy trains and model railroads. Images that grew as we grew, creating a sense of romance, recalling a golden age when a pair of rails were a pathway to discovery, parallel lines converging in the distance, momentarily unified in a single time and place that is a carousel of sights and sounds. Rails speak to us. They echo glimpses of the past as they whisper visions of the future. The nostalgic bygone era when giant steam locomotives chugged through the countryside with the clickety-clack of steel against steel and the haunting sounds of lonesome whistles in the night has given way to modern streamlined machines that streak across the landscape, yet remain suspended in time with feelings of romance and adventure. But while the trains of today are fast and efficient, there is also a depth, an intensity, a closeness that's difficult to find in other forms of travel. Planes fly over countries. Trains pass through them. Cars keep your eyes fixed to the highway. Trains allow you to relax and observe the ever-changing panoramas that pass by your window. Trains bring together a cross-section of cultures. They allow you to mix and to mingle with fellow travelers who share a similar wanderlust spirit, presenting the world in human terms by touching a crossroads of an international community. In Europe, trains are especially appealing. There is a style and mystique about them unlike any others. The elegance and grace of the old Orient Express, for example, conjures a sensation all its own. Today, however, trains are a source of newfound excitement, for they provide access to a wide range of people of differing cultures, languages, and traditions within just 100 miles or so. European train travel is a journey through living postcards, a magical blend of great cities, quaint villages, castles in the sky, majestic waterfalls, seductive beaches, serene lakes, and much, much more. A journey through history, a journey into discovery which lies beyond every bend. The joys of train travel do indeed reflect a simpler day, yet in a way they are a poetic paradox. The mixture of modern high-tech trains that are fast, efficient, comfortable, and frequent blends gracefully with sensations created by each changing scene, that here, somehow, time also stands still. Europe is a vast network of rails that links the rich heritage of each destination and makes it accessible. It is a precision operation designed with people in mind to ease arrivals and departures, to offer frequent and regular service, and to utilize many other techniques to assist passengers in getting where they need to go. Diversity is the key to European trains. There are thousands to choose from. Fast trains, leisurely trains, day trains, overnight trains, and even luxury trains. which translates to a customized method of travel catering to individual needs and lifestyles. The range of options allows freedom and independence to establish 1 or 2 base cities and take day trips from there, to move to and from various locations with the flexibility of personal whims, or to choose any combination in between. Regardless of preference, all trains move at a pace that provides the traveler with the proper speed and atmosphere to take full advantage of the surrounding countryside. Europe's modern Eurocity trains are efficient, neat, and fast. Today, they travel so rapidly, some at better than 180 miles per hour, that they can literally transport you faster than an airplane on most trips of less than 3.5 hours. Less than 3.5 hours means Amsterdam to Cologne, Brussels to Luxembourg, Rome to Florence, Paris to Lyon, Bern to Zurich, and Munich to Salzburg, downtown to downtown without any airport or highway hassle. In addition, all Eurocity trains must meet extremely high standards of punctuality, cleanliness, and comfort. Yes, trains have become a comprehensive means of sightseeing, interchange, and awareness. A transition from a nostalgic past to a state-of-the-art present. In short, trains have undergone a true renaissance. The life of a journey begins in the railway station. In many ways, a European train station is a destination unto itself, be it a massive structure in a major metropolis, or a quaint series of platforms and picturesque buildings in some tucked-away region. They glorify the constant act of coming from or going to. If the trains themselves are the pulse of a nation, then the stations are its heart, for they're centrally positioned within the core of most European cities, feeding their arteries of rails with the lifeblood of human adventure. Each station is unique. Each has its own personality. Larger European train stations are self-sufficient miniature cities with all the amenities a traveler needs before or after a journey, or during the transition to the next destination. Often it is the number and variety of available services that surprise inexperienced travelers. From post offices, to telephones and cable services, to barber and beauty shops, to bookstores and newsstands, to banks, tourist information and hotel booking offices, and to gift shops and restaurants. The Train Blue restaurant in the Gare de Lyon station stands out as a shining example of the vitality that exists within Europe's great terminals. Here, nostalgia thrives with overwhelming sensations, inspired from the bygone era that still lives within its walls. Yet while stations are functional, many are also architectural delights that envelop a cacophony of sound in the temple of movement that is man and machine. European train stations are alluring, they're captivating, enthralling, for they feel the rhythm of a country and the pace of a continent. Wherever you are, be it inside a station or out on the rails, trains allow you to become an actor in a vast human drama, played out in the pageantry of Europe's wide continental stage. You see, trains are more than just a means of getting from one place to another. For while they are marvelous vehicles for sightseeing, they also provide insights into the heritage and traditions of a multitude of countries. They create opportunities to meet people up close and personal, and to discover for yourself the philosophies and points of view of a variety of nationalities. Trains connect them all, and you, to everything they offer. For they are the link to a new dimension of discovery. Little wonder, then, why the mystique and romance of the rails will live on forever. Surely Hans Christian Andersen and Somerset Maugham would agree and join together to state that to travel is to live with the gift of surprise. A railroad track is an invitation to discovery, and trains are a serendipitous adventure in motion that encompass a montage of life and a collage of lifestyles. Trains have an aura about them. There is an atmosphere that the world is on holiday, far removed from workaday cares. The result, a limitless treasure chest of variety and wonder that the European rail system has harmoniously unified to embrace the character of the continent, all part of the phenomenon that is the romance of the rails. In Europe, trains are links that connect places that already existed. That's why they showcase so many aspects and levels of European life. The history, the culture, the geography. Someone once wrote that no matter how many times others have been there before, the world still remains undiscovered until you discover it yourself. Trains are the perfect source for that independence. Imagine the excitement of a shopping spree in Paris. Imagine the charm of medieval villages and castles in Germany. Imagine tracing the footsteps of the great Michelangelo in Florence. Imagine riding up mountains that reach to the sky in Switzerland. Imagine it in your mind, and in Europe, you can get there by train, for the rails are the keys to anyone's imagination. To board a train is an event, a happening. This is no ordinary exercise, for once seated comfortably by a window, you are encapsulated in a modern time machine that glides over steel pathways to the next great chapter in your itinerary. European trains are like that, a procession of time and place. Events leap off the pages of history, yet remain alive with the tempo of today as they point toward the 21st century. European train travel is an assortment of pleasures. The magical combination of picturesque settings, thriving metropolitan capitals, and the colorful vignettes of life that make you just want to keep on trekking through Europe. The very nature of the far-reaching range of the European train system is a cavalcade of cultures. Here is an opportunity for access to a diversity of nationalities and perspectives that personify every journey, that go beyond guidebooks and bring your personal odyssey to life. Here is where the excitement of train travel gathers momentum and fulfills its destiny. This is the railway of travel, a pair of parallel lines heading off in the distance with promises of an unparalleled experience. When the thought of trains begins to enter your train of thought, there's one simple way to keep track of it all: Eurailpass. Eurailpass was purposely designed for simplicity, and it opens the gateway to more than 100,000 miles of European rail lines. It is available for several different validity periods: 15 and 21 days, 1, 2, or 3 months. And it is good for first-class travel in any of these countries. Eurailpass also comes with bonuses in the form of free bus, ferry, and steamer transportation, including Rhine and Danube river steamers, Swiss lake steamers, and ferries that connect Sweden and Finland, Ireland and France, Greece and Italy, Germany and Denmark and Sweden. In addition, many other transportation services are also available at reduced prices. The cost-saving way for families or friends to travel is the Eurail Saver Pass. During the off-season, it is offered to 2 or more people together, 3 or more in-season. This first-class pass is the most economical pass for several traveling companions, but retains all the advantages and bonuses of Eurailpass. Another option is the Eurail FlexiPass, which allows a number of travel days, 1 day at a time, within a longer period, so that you can be flexible in choosing your destinations. And just like Eurailpass and SaverPass, travel is first class with all the same privileges. While Eurailpass appeals to adult travelers of all ages, the Eurail Youth Pass is available to travelers under 26. Youth Pass is good for 1 or 2 months of unlimited second-class travel and is just as easy and convenient to use as the Eurailpass. For maximum flexibility, the Eurail Drive Pass may be just the answer. It's the newest Eurail ticket, combining 4 days of train travel with 3 days of car rental within a 21-day period. There's even an option for additional travel days so you can customize excursions to the length of your European trip. Eurail Drive Pass, it's the best of 2 worlds. All it takes is a simple phone call to the nearest travel agent or to an issuing office to order these tickets. Remember, all Eurailpass prices are guaranteed in US dollars for each full calendar year, so there are no hidden costs. And a Lou Harris poll showed that 96% of the pass users surveyed were ready to buy it again. It doesn't take long to make your pass pay off. 1, 2, or 3 countries will do it. For example, you only have to train between Amsterdam and Milan round trip, or go from Paris to Vienna and back to utilize the value of your pass. As a matter of fact, a 5 and 15 days FlexiPass more than pays for itself in about 700 miles. Keep in mind that distances are short in Europe, so in most cases it is quicker by train than by plane to go city center to city center. The list of trips is endless, and so is the variety and frequency of daily service to every nook and cranny of the continent. Eurailpass also offers an attractive brochure, a special rail traveler guide, and a detailed map of the 17-country network. There's even a handy timetable as well. It's as simple as that. So why not turn your train of thought to Eurailpass? It's a marvelous way to go. Many airports in Europe have direct rail links to the center of the city, which means a train trip can begin immediately from several gateways, and the number is growing. Luggage carts are readily available to make a smooth transition to your train or to other forms of ground transportation. In some cities, luggage carts are ingeniously designed to contour to escalators, thus eliminating the bothersome task of loading and unloading. Taxis and buses take arriving travelers right to the train station. Experienced travelers always emphasize the importance of traveling light, and train travel is no exception. Heavy baggage might become an unwanted hassle. As one writer once suggested, set out everything you think you'll need before taking a trip, and then cut that amount by half. Believe it or not, the system works. Luggage carts are available in most railroad stations, but there will be moments when you must deal with your belongings yourself. The less you have, the easier. Some stations still have porters, but in many others they're a thing of the past. If you do use a porter, you can rely on him to get you to the proper train and car. For brief stops, pictograms will indicate coin-operated lockers or special checkroom facilities. Bulky bags may also be checked in the baggage car. In addition, certain countries have special services of their own. Timetables are important, and most stations poster departure and arrival times with platform numbers. As a rule, departures are printed on a yellow background, arrivals on white. All trains are listed chronologically in military time. Therefore, 1300 becomes 1 p.m., and so on up to midnight, or 2400 hours. Fast trains are shown in red ink rather than black. Next to the times are the names and numbers of the trains, track numbers, and beside the trains you'll find the routing to the final destination and the most important intermediate stops. Seat reservations are flexible, and on most European trains you can travel without them. A reservation does, however, assure a seat by a window, or in a non-smoking area, or in a car where lunch or dinner is served. Some trains do require reservations, such as the French TGVs and many intercity trains. Trains needing advanced reservations are indicated in timetables by a capital R inside a box. It is absolutely necessary to reserve sleeper or couchette accommodations, which are sold on a first-come, first-served basis. Silly as it may sound, it is important to board the correct car on your train. Each car has an identification panel on the side. The top name is the city of origination. The bottom name is the final destination. Important stops en route are listed, but not necessarily all stops. It is a good idea to rely on the timetables as well, since European trains are punctual and therefore arrive and depart on schedule, even in foul weather. Unlike other forms of travel, trains do operate when the elements don't cooperate. Crossing borders into other countries is not a difficulty, but appropriate papers and visas are the responsibility of the traveler and not the railroad. Have all documents ready when immigration officials inspect. In addition, customs officials will ask if you have anything to declare. As a foreign tourist, you are shown proper consideration, and most likely, between countries of the European Economic Community, you may not even see a customs officer. Traveling by train is easy and convenient. The system is designed that way. All it takes is a bit of planning, preparation, and a little common sense to become a veteran explorer as you make tracks through Europe. Perhaps the famous American poet Edna St. Vincent Millay said it best when she wrote, "There isn't a train I wouldn't take, no matter where it's going." And never has there been a better, more inviting time for European train travel than now. With Eurailpass, you can tour all of Europe on one pass, but you may wish to explore just one aspect of the continent in depth, to immerse yourself in the lifestyles of one country or one region, or to enjoy the contrasts of two neighboring countries. One of the many regional or national rail passes can offer a convenient, economical way to do so by train, yet provide ultimate versatility in planning. You may choose a pass that allows you to visit single countries such as France, or Germany, or Switzerland, or select a train pass package that offers groups of countries like Scandinavia or Eastern Europe. Regardless of where you want to go in Europe, there is a rail pass that will get you there. And the easiest way to learn about the best pass for you is through Rail Europe. Rail Europe is your one-stop shop for European rail products. Just ask for their catalog with all the information about each type of pass available. Then select the one that suits your itinerary the best. It's that simple. Then you too can discover that when it comes to traveling by train in Europe, there's no need to have a one-track mind.